We remember the late former president with one of his cousins, former Senator Bam Aquino. He joins us now tonight. Bam, thank you so much for joining us. Our deepest condolences to the family. Noynoy's social contract with the people covered many sectors: corruption, infrastructure, the economy, poverty, and education. I remember his famous catchphrase, "Kung walang korap, walang mahirap."
Yes, actually, Rico, he firmly believed that, no? Talagang paniniwala niya na yung corruption, isa yan sa mga talagang one of the big parts of our country na talagang holding us back from reaching our potential, no? So, mabigat sa kanya yon, yung kung wala corrupt, walang mahirap. He really believed that. And if you go to three other famous things that he had said, no, during his presidency, yung tuwid na daan, yung kayo ang boss ko, tsaka yung walang wangwang, no? I think that really exemplifies that social contract. Yung walang wangwang, clearly he wanted all public officials to not na hindi magbida-bida, hindi maghari-harian, hindi mag-astig-astigan dyan sa tabi-tabi. Gusto niya yung mga lingkod bayan, talagang mga simple, talagang naninilbihan na may integridad, tsaka hindi nangingibabaw sa tao, no? Yung kayo ang boss ko was something he really believed in his heart, that at the end of the day, all public officials serve at the pleasure of the people and not the other way around, no? And of course, yung tuwid na daan, no? These past yesterday and today, no, laging paulit-ulit yan. And he really believed that. Yung tuwid na daan, tsaka yung kung walang korap, walang mahirap, those are things that he espoused, he believed, and he was an example for all of us. No? Lahat kami na nanilbi nung panahon niya. Every time he said these things, no, we took it to heart, and we felt that he was the best example of tuwid na daan, the best example of kayo ang boss ko, and the best example of walang wangwang, no? Yan talaga yung mga bagay-bagay na maaalala dapat natin siya, no, tungkol sa mga bagay na yan.
And Bam, a key platform of his social contract with his people was the economy and to create jobs. And during his 6-year term, the Philippines was the fastest growing economy in Asia, beating the likes of China, Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam.
That's right, Rico, no? Dun siya nagbigay ng focus, no? I would say, you know, their cabinet, no? Of course, kasama dyan sila Secretary Purisima and Greg Domingo. You know, they really put together a slew of reforms that would really put us on the right path, no? Kaya nung panahon niya, naka-experience tayo ng, you know, napakagandang ekonomiya. But kasabay niyan, he also gave a lot of focus on things that mattered to people, no? Yung 4-piece program, he expanded that to 20 million poor Filipinos who would, of course, get more support sa kanilang pang-araw-araw na gastos, the reforms in K-12 and education to help us become more competitive, expanding the universal healthcare was also one of his main programs. So nababalanse naman, no? Merong yung push for the economy, push for jobs, but at the same time yung alam niyang diretso sa tao tsaka mahalaga sa tao, naitulak rin niya nung panahon niya, no, during his presidency.
And Bam, on a personal note, just last Sunday you had a text exchange with PNoy. If you don't mind, can you share with us what this chat was all about?
Yes, actually, Rico, nung Sunday, I got we got word that, you know, his condition was worsening, that he was going in and out of the hospital. I would visit him, no, after his presidency. In fact, I would see him more after his presidency than the time that he was president. But because of the pandemic, hindi kami nagkikita, no. And when I found out na, you know, labas-pasok siya sa hospital, and you know, there were a lot of rumors going around on Viber. So I wanted to ask him, no, kung kumusta na siya. And that was the time when I really found out that he was not in a good way. So we ended our exchange, no. I sabi ko, boss, mukhang kailangan na kitang bisitahin. Sabi ko ganyan, no. Of course, hoping that I would be allowed to see him. And I was surprised when he said, "Oh, sige." Sabi ko sa kanya, when Miguel, his pamangkin, goes and sees him, sasabay na ako. Because I'm sure may mga protocols yan to be able to see him.
Right.
And he said, sure. And I was quite happy, no? But, you know, Sunday lang yun, Rico, no? Nung Thursday, yesterday morning lang, no? Namatay siya. And I was thinking to myself, dapat pinilit ko na lang na I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll be there in times tomorrow. No, sayang, because when the news came, it was very shocking. No? It was really very sudden, very shocking, and very unexpected, no, for all of us.
And Bam, you and Noynoy are first cousins, but your age gap is 17 years apart. Share with us briefly, what was Noynoy like during family reunions?
Si Kuya Noy po, no, he will always, pag may misa, you'll see him at the back. No, he'll never be at the front. Lagi yan nasa likod. He'll sit down and just chat with the people who are there around him. He loved music. I think in one of your tributes na pag-usapan niyo yun, no? I remember, Rico, during one of those times in Malacanang, and I was in the Senate, he was of course president, and we had a meeting on one of the laws that I was pushing. I think it was the Philippine Competition Act. Dumating ako, medyo maaga pa ng konti, wala pa yung mga ibang tao. And he said, wala pa naman yung iba, makinig muna tayo kay Isa Sigera. Sabi niya ganyan. And he played an Isa Sigera song which he really loved. And he played it 3 times, no? He played it 3 times. And when the people suddenly arrived, he tucked away his speaker and his phone. And of course, we started the meeting and back to business, no? But, he had very simple tastes. Yung mga kaligayahan niya was music, was going shooting with his friends, going out and eating out na with his barkada. Yan yung mga kasiyahan niya. And he's always very generous with advice. Magkukwento siya. Pag nagsimula na yan magkwento, buong araw na yan. No? He'd talk about history, talk about geopolitics, he'd talk about so many things. I remember one time I visited him, we ended up looking at maps, no? Parang yun yung naging ending ng usapan namin. Nakatingin kami sa mga mapa, trying to map out how, certain conflicts have started and all of these things, no? So, a lot of people, I think, Rico, hindi siya kilala talaga, no? Maybe it's quite sad also na ngayon lang na namatay na siya, or people starting to either remember him or starting to really know him. And I hope that today and yesterday and tomorrow, no, when he's during the inurnment, sana talaga maalala siya bilang tapat na Pangulo, bilang isang tao na binigay niya yung lahat para sa ating bayan, bilang isang tao nagtrabaho para sa atin. No? I remember when he was president, he worked every single day. No? Talagang nag-aral siya, nagsipag siya, nagtrabaho siya, and there wasn't one day na hindi niya binigay sa atin. So I hope he's remembered in that way. As you know, Rico, in the last 5 years, isa rin siya sa mga #1 target ng mga trolls at #1 target ng fake news. And I hope these following days will be days that people get to know him a little better and get to appreciate the kind of leader that he was. No?
And that song of Isa Sigera is called Pagdating ng Panahon, at sa darating na panahon, hindi siya makakalimutan ever. Maraming salamat for joining us on The Final Word. Former Senator
Thank you, Rico.
Bam Aquino,
Thank you.
first cousin of the former late president.